I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Just imagine with me for a second, two tennis players preparing to come out and have a match, but they're in the back and they're both Christians and they both quote Philippians 4:13. Now, you're smart enough to know that one of them is going to lose. Okay? Right? One's going to lose, one's going to win. And of course, the one who wins are going to say, you know what, God is awesome. You know, I said I can do all things through Christ, and he made me win. Now, the other one who lost, he tried to name it and claim it with Philippians 4:13, but it didn't work out. So I guess God doesn't love him as much as he loves the winner, right? So if you're this naive to believe that if you say this verse, even though you don't know what it means, you just want to say it, you just want to speak it, and God doesn't come through, what does that cause you to believe? He doesn't love you enough? He doesn't care for you enough? Could it possibly be that we're misusing this verse? So I was in the Army, and we did a lot of ruck marches. We did a lot of things to push ourselves physically. Now, I wasn't out there saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes, yes, yes. That's not going to help me. What was going to help me was physical strength to do physical things. So let's say I was marching down with 30, 40 pounds on my back, and I fall down. Does that make me weak? Yes. But what if I quoted Philippians 4:13 before the ruck march? That makes God weak then. You see what kind of trouble we get into when we don't know the scriptures and we misuse them? So, Apostle Paul, what did you mean here? Should I go ahead and read all the other verses surrounding this text? Should I go ahead and read Philippians chapter 4 altogether? Yes, I should. And yes, you should. One cannot simply take the Bible as we see fit. Because of this, our faith is now shipwrecked. And our faith in God's ability is deteriorating. I mean, if I can just say Philippians 4:13 before anything, I mean, this is awesome. I'm going to go rob a bank, and I'm going to quote this verse, and I'm going to be successful in my bank robbery, right? The Apostle Paul wrote the letter to the Philippians while under house arrest in Rome. Not sure of being persecuted, the Apostle Paul writes this letter to the first church he started in Greece. This church was in the city of Philippi. Remember, in Philippi, the Apostle Paul cast a demon out of a slave girl, was thrown into prison. But through a course of events, he led the jailer to Christ. Paul's desire was to see the church standing firm in the faith. He urged them to be quick to reconcile strained relationships. Also, rejoice in the Lord. Refuse to be anxious. Pray about everything and fix their minds on the things that they are excellent and are praiseworthy. Just a few verses down from verse 13. Verse 19. God will meet all of your needs according to his glory and riches in Christ Jesus. Paul was reminding them that God was still there. Be faithful, be confident, be encouraged. Now, to apply this to our life, we can look as the Apostle Peter did when he was trying to walk on the water, right? Focused on Jesus. But when he focused on the waves and the storms and all of these things that life surrounds us with, the problems, this is not a perfect life by no means. But when we take our eyes off of Jesus, that's when we can fall and sink and not be able to catch our breath. But focus on Jesus, and it doesn't matter what's going on around you. Focus on Jesus, and he will be faithful and just. So taking this passage into context, do not worry and be content. God alone will give you the spiritual growth and the spiritual strength you need to remain content. Worry less and rejoice more. Be content for whatever life has for you. It may be from God, it may not. But learn to be content. And oh, dear ones, please, I want you to say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But it's in those moments of being content with whatever life brings to you, whatever God has for you. Be content that He will give you the spiritual strength to be content. So in this verse, God is providing spiritual strength in all things. In all things. It is not for Tim to go out and be successful in life the way the world looks at it, and I can say, in all things. No, God is providing spiritual strength in all things. You can be content, and God will be with you and give you the spiritual strength in all things. Anything that life brings you. So be content. Do not worry. Do not be anxious. Pray. Pray without ceasing. Never give up on God, because God has never given up on you. Well, I hope this has blessed you in a mighty way. I hope that you gained understanding. Hit like if it has. Leave a comment below and let me know. And as always, please share it. You never know who it could bless.